Want to make a podcast? Spotify's got a platform that's going to let you make one super easily. And then you can distribute it everywhere and even earn money doing this. All in one place. And it's free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters. Here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and even edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else podcasts are heard.
Ever since we discovered Spotify for Podcasters, it's been really great. Really get the people involved and ask questions and get ideas for new podcasts. So it's really helped us. And I highly recommend you give it a try. So download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started.
They fooled me, we can't get fooled again.
In Dallas, Texas, 3 shots were fired at President Kennedy's motorcade in downtown Dallas.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you?
Because people have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
If you don't like what we tell you to believe in, we'll kill you.
All right, kids. Listen. Podcast,
Don't listen to this.
if you're not of age.
What's of age?
Of age is like you can make your own decisions in life without parental guidance. 18,
16?
18. We're not in Atlanta.
Georgia is 16.
We're not in Atlanta. That's what I said. We're not in Atlanta. This is 18 and up. Look,
Atlanta.
we're a bunch of dudes, and we're going to say some really bad words, and probably some things that might offend you. But
Don't listen to this.
can't wait till you listen.
Yeah, don't.
If
do
you're
it.
18 and up.
Don't do it.
If you're 18 and up.
Yeah. All right, hi everybody. I'm Eric.
I am Sean.
What's up, guys? This is Jorge.
Welcome to the Conspiracy Podcast. Tonight we are talking about Hitler.
That fucker.
be a good one.
Adolphus Hitler. So, for the longest time, actually since he died, a lot of people think he got away.
Dude, it's
Part of the conspiracy.
it's a conspiracy. I'm just saying, like, it's
a huge
possible.
thing. It's
Yeah.
a huge thing, actually.
When you're the most powerful person in the fucking world, it's like you can kind of get away from shit sometimes.
I know. In like 1944, it was starting to get a little bit obvious. Maybe 45 even, really. It was starting to get clear that Germany was going to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we were still worried in 44, probably,
Yeah.
about what was going to happen. But in 45, it became pretty clear that Hitler was going to lose. Germany was going to lose. We were going to slowly advance.
The Allies.
Yes, from Russia on one side to the Allies on the other. And
Russia just throwing millions of their soldiers into death.
Yeah, well, and
God.
one of the biggest battles was the Battle of Stalingrad. When that, I think 1 million people died.
Dude, if you
that
actually
battle.
look at the stats,
Yeah.
like, Russia took the heaviest losses. And
Yeah.
I think like 13 million Russians
Yeah.
died. It was like ridiculous. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
insane.
So just imagine you have world domination in your mind. You're going to conquer the Aryan race. You were going to take over the world.
Eugenics.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's interesting is so you start off in 39, 38, 30, I think it's 39. He starts invading, and he does this blitzkrieg, right? And blitzkrieg is basically overwhelm, takeover. So you go into So the concept is it's a military strategy. You go, I am going to take over your home by surprising you, and taking you over instantly.
Yeah, with its overwhelming forces.
Instantly. You look at it on a map, and Germany from 39 expanded to they took over Poland, Yugoslavia, et cetera, like France. They just started steamrolling with all their artillery.
The tanks, bro.
Oh, everything. So,
And this is still 44.
no, that's actually like 39.
That's in the beginning.
Okay,
That was
that's
like,
the beginning
that
of the
was
war.
like
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And that's when actually.
That's when people were like, this isn't cool anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when things were like we have a problem.
Yeah, because like the world was like, it's not our problem. And then I was like, oh,
so the U.S.
shit,
was
now
not
it's our
part
problem.
of it.
Right.
All the a lot of places were not part of it.
Yeah.
And then it became real when they took over basically all of Europe.
Yeah, they dominated.
So, and then England was like, hey, we need help.
Yeah, we're just like an island out here, bro.
Obviously, this is a very short description of World War II. A lot happened.
There's other podcasts to give you the full download on.
For sure. We just want to get into
Dan Carlin's podcast, amazing. Shout out to that podcast. It's amazing. World War I, World War II. If you want to really get an in depth of what it is, it's incredible.
Free plug, Dan Carlin.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. So, but this story is about Adolf Hitler, and Eva Braun, and this story is about what happened to him at the end of the war, and did it happen the way they said it?
The histories have written it.
Yeah, exactly. So in about 1945, in about January, the Soviets were coming in on Germany. So the Soviets were there first. They were getting there before the Allies. You know what I mean?
Allies were advancing, and Germany's like on the rocks.
So up till like 43, 44, Germany was winning, essentially. They were winning the war.
They were fucking dominating.
Yeah. And so then finally with Normandy, with the Battle of Stalingrad, things started to turn for the Allies. And I include the USSR and that, the Soviets into that. Yeah. They were the Allies.
Of course they were.
Yeah. But they were coming the other way.
Yeah.
Coming that way. And so anyway, so in January of 45, Hitler withdrew to his bunker in Germany. This was 55 feet under the Chancellery, and it contained 18 rooms.
Damn, it's like a fucking mansion underground.
Yeah. And it had
18 rooms.
It had running water. It had electrical,
Pays to be the Fuhrer.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So he had a whole thing. And this is when everybody's coming in. Like the Soviets were coming in, and the Soviets were literally at the doorstep. They were fighting in Berlin. The Allies were probably like a month away, you know? And so he just kind of retreated. He brought into
a couple of
his little thing. No, he brought Hermann Göring, and he brought Joseph Goebbels.
Yeah, Goebbels is like his like.
Goebbels is like the propaganda guy.
He was a propaganda czar. He ran all that shit.
Yeah. He also brought Eva Braun, he was not married at the time.
Eva Braun. LeBron?
LeBron James? No. Braun. Sorry, Ben.
I knew you wasn't 18 in high school.
Nope. So Eva Braun was like his girlfriend that he never married.
Yeah. So his mistress is.
Yeah. But wait, is a girl you never marry a mistress?
I think in the 40s it was.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think in the 40s it was your mistress because like you were.
So if you're not married and you just have a girl, she's a mistress?
In the 40s, bro. Yeah, like obviously now it's your girlfriend, but I don't think they had like girlfriend term. Because when you're an adult male and you're not married, to them it's like it's almost taboo. It's like taboo.
No, but she's not a side of anything.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
We'll just call her mistress.
Yeah,
I like that.
No, I mean that's what it says too. Based on what we're reading. Anyway, so brought Eva Braun, the steady girlfriend.
There you go, steady girl mistress friend.
And so Russia was advancing across Poland. 2.5 million Russian soldiers came into Berlin, and so I mean, like can you imagine? You're like you're done.
I'm going underground.
Yeah, you're done.
I'm going underground like this. Like.
And so, okay, so we're gonna kind of walk through his last, I guess, night or two, kind of see what happened.
Starts up with the brandy.
Yeah. No, actually, one of the first things he did was Hitler was going nuts. Oh, dude. Essentially.
Full cycle.
Yeah. Actually, so what his liaison, which is his name's Hermann Fegelein, was Fegelein. I almost said that right. Fegelein.
Yeah, sounds German.
Yeah.
It's like some of my favorite parts of the podcast is like watching him pronounce some of these names.
He was his liaison officer, was Himmler's liaison officer. He was executed that night. And
for what?
For being his liaison officer. Yeah. But what's crazy is that Fegelein was Eva Braun's sister. Or brother.
Whoa, I was like, that's a chick?
His wife his wife was Eva Braun's sister.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say like Herman Feglin's a chick.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
like
Dude,
that's a man
ruthless,
name.
How ruthless is that though? Like your
Doesn't give a
your
shit.
lover's sister, and you just pop him off.
Didn't he have like syphilis or something? Like, I think like his fucking
Yeah, I
brain was
don't
getting
know.
nuked.
Yeah.
Like,
So Hitler didn't do anything as far as issuing a pardon.
he's like, fuck him.
Yeah.
Kill his ass.
No, I mean he was shot from behind in a cellar there in the bunker that night.
In the bunker, there's like left the
Yeah.
corpse in the bunker.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Okay, so April 28th, 1945, about midnight, there's somebody named Gertrude Junge. And that's Hitler's secretary.
Fucking shit job.
And the secretary would describe the atmosphere in the bunker at the end of April as having an aimless, dreamlike quality, noting that Hitler had finished dictating his personal and political testament within the like midnight to 1 a.m. So like his final.
You're all gonna die, but not me.
Did you do Hitler in a in a Roosevelt accent? Yeah.
That's December.
Yeah. Sing fine. So 1 a.m. comes along. Hitler marries Eva Braun.
Oh, damn.
Oh wow! Just
Okay,
like
so 1 a.m. Yeah, this is a 1 a.m. ceremony that lasted 10 minutes.
is this like for the life insurance policy or
I
something?
have no idea. I mean, there's some element of humanity, I guess, right? Where he's like,
I'm gonna marry you.
Or this part of the
oh,
conspiracy.
I know, I don't really get it. Really.
Was she a citizen of a different country? We'll find that out later.
So the Goebbels was there.
Dick.
And no females were there for some reason.
Except for Eva Braun.
Yeah, and then Hitler returned to impatiently oversee Junge, the secretary, who was still transcribing the shorthand notes of his personal and political wills that he dictated in the night. So he basically went, married her, and then ran back 10 minutes later and was like, "Are you done?"
Damn.
You know, with the notes, like the testament. Yeah. What kind of asshat stops mid-wedding to run and make sure his last words are transcribed shorthand properly?
I mean, maybe it's a dude.
That's
who
what he
was
did.
Who was wanting
Yeah.
to commit genocide on a race of people based
Yeah.
on like the religion, and it was like eugenics for religion. Like,
I can only
it makes
imagine.
sense. Like,
I can only imagine Eva Braun as like such a wimpy character.
oh, for
Do you
sure.
know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
I'm pretty sure Ava Braun's like the original gold digger. She's like, I'm only with you because you run the
Yeah.
world. Like,
yeah, I have no pity for Eva Braun.
Neither
Sorry.
do I.
Yeah. All right. So, anyway, so they got married, and Hitler described his final things, and this was in his last transcribed items or whatever, I guess, will. He said, "I, myself, and my wife, in order to escape the disgrace of deposition or capitulation, choose death. It is our wish to be burnt immediately on the spot where I have carried out the greatest part of my daily work in the course of 12 years. Service to my people." So that was one of his last whatevers. And according to Junge, she was then asked by Hitler to take note of his final political statement. In it, he decries that he never intended to be faced with war in 1939, and he blamed the Jewish people for the carnage.
oh, it's your fault.
Yeah.
Your
Fuck you,
country.
dude.
And this
What
is
a
like
dick.
it's like the most stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard ever.
I'm sorry, what a dick.
It's the Jews' fault.
I mean, I know just saying what a dick doesn't really communicate what he did,
Yeah.
but what a dick.
It's their fault that I killed 3 million
know?
of them. Like,
You know?
this doesn't make it like how self-righteous can you be? Like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So, closing the first part of his political statement, Hitler again outlined his intention to end his own life, saying, "I have therefore decided to stay in Berlin, and there to choose death voluntarily when I determine that the position of the Führer in the Chancellery itself can no longer be maintained." So he's basically saying, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to just kill myself. That's the
Damn,
way of it.
my country.
I can't do anything else, blah, blah, blah. All right, good.
There's that accent again.
So,
For Germany.
I don't even know what that accent is. It's definitely not like British.
No, it's like
Yeah.
British / transatlantic slash.
Okay, so April 29th at 4 in the morning, Hitler's political testament is done being transcribed by Junge
Shit
and
job.
is signed by Goebbels, Bormann, and then two generals named Bergdorf and Krebs. It was distributed with 3 messengers, one copy to be sent to the admiral, one to the marshal, and, et cetera, et cetera. 5 a.m., Hitler.
Still awake.
Yeah, Jesus.
I'm like exhausted.
I'm out. He's over 40, right?
I know. I think it was the amphetamines he was getting in his fucking drinks.
Yeah, so Hitler retires
I
to
can't
his...
even make it to 12 and I'm 40.
It's almost 12, and I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Let's stop.
Next week.
Yeah.
'Cause we're
Next week, part 7. So 5 a.m., Hitler goes to his quarters with his wife, Eva.
Now
Now his
say
wife.
it like that.
I don't know.
Quarters.
Junge is left to finish typing Goebbels' testament.
Dude, this chick's the fucking slave.
So
She's
not
not
only
getting paid enough
so
for this.
first was Hitler's testament, his final.
That's Goebbels.
Now it's Goebbels as like second.
He's like, hey,
By
you know
the
what?
way-
You know what? That looked kind of cool. Let me try
I need
that.
my
let me do this.
testament.
By the way, Goebbels was a fucking loser,
This guy's a sack of shit.
an absolute loser. If you want to go read about a loser, you go to read Goebbels.
He's like fucking
Absolute
bullshit his way into that
loser.
job.
Loser, yeah. Aside from everything he did in the war with propaganda and creating genocide and killing many people,
Yeah.
right? At the end, he essentially tricked his entire family into committing suicide.
Whoa.
6 children.
What the fuck?
Wow.
6 children.
How did he trick him? He's like, eat
It's not
your
even a joke,
meanies.
dude.
How do you, what the fuck?
That's crazy, man.
You know the capsule,
The cyanide capsules?
Cyanide
Yeah.
capsules, yeah.
Oh my God.
Fucking horrible. Yeah,
That's really fucked
they didn't
up.
even know. That's why I say
He's
it's
like-
a trick.
He's like
he
the
just tricked him.
The Flintstones.
Yeah,
It's true.
that's why I say
Like, hey.
Joseph Goebbels is the piece of shit of the day.
Yeah.
right now, aside from Hitler.
Yeah, obviously.
Fuck, that guy gets me going. Okay, so here we go. So by 10 a.m., that was 5 a.m., and so at 10 a.m., all communications cut off.
Because we're asleep. Fucking Jesus.
No, and yeah, well, and like I mean, the Soviets are coming in.
Oh, they're fucked.
Like
Yeah, it's like-
all the radio communications, the towers, the blimps, or whatever the
the Zephyrs.
yeah, the
Blimps.
whatever the hell they are, they're shut down, and
Yeah.
things are getting fucking wild in that
Yeah.
bunker.
They're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. So at 11 a.m. on April 29th, Hitler's valet Heinz,
He's got his valet there.
yeah, he knocks on the door of his bedroom.
Sir?
And for 6 years, it was his job to ensure that Hitler was dressed and up on time and ready to go. Okay. This time, Hitler was already awake. He was already fully dressed. He was ready to roll. Hitler's barber then attended to his hair.
He's got the whole crew there.
His super,
fucking
super
tight
stash, right? Super narrowed up.
It's like, give me a fresh fade and a fresh,
fresh
sash.
stash fade. Like,
No.
give me that bald stash fade.
And per his barber, he received cocaine eye drops.
What?
Damn, this guy
So
was
they're
going
like little
deep.
eye drops that have little
Ew.
traces, little bits of cocaine in it, right? And it numbs your eyes, it wakes you up.
He's
you get
also-
going,
he-
you get going.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
Wasn't he also getting like amphetamines like from
Yeah.
his doctor? Like, this
Yeah.
dude was on all the shit.
super drug addict. Yeah, yeah. Couldn't get a hard on,
Well, because he's
big time.
yeah, because
Yeah.
his blood's so thin.
Yeah.
Fucking
Never married.
Impotent,
impotent.
impotent. Yeah.
It's the Jews.
Yeah.
Like, what an asshole.
So there's a lot more about like how he took strychnine and a bunch of fucking other shit, you know.
Damn, dude, he was
So,
off the rails, bro.
dude, can you imagine how psychotic he was?
Dude,
He
full
must have been
psycho.
insane,
Just on the-
yelling at
on the
people.
brink.
There's a great German movie that they came out with, and it was
It's called
the last
Fuck
days.
Hitler.
No, it's crazy. It's all in German, and it's the last days of Hitler. You should actually watch it because
I'll check it
it's
out.
fucking. You've probably seen super like
Little clips.
yes,
Mhm.
and memes where it's your fantasy team and it's guys and it's Hitler in the
Yeah.
bunker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from that movie. Anyways, so 2 p.m. that day, Hitler has a meal with Eva and a bunch of secretaries. You know, he starts discussing what's the best method of suicide.
What's a public debate?
Yeah. So he considers shooting yourself the best way. It's quick, instant, painless. Ava says she wants to be a beautiful corpse, so she likes cyanide.
Oh, what a fucking douche.
Right. So you're like,
God,
Yeah.
this chick is a fucking
Yeah.
ass.
okay, so this is a shitty part of the story. The whole story is shitty.
Yeah, I'm like,
But at-
this is?
Yeah, at 3:00, Werner Hayes is told by Hitler to test cyanide on Hitler's dog. And Hitler's dog was a very famous German shepherd named Blondie. And just to test it and...
God, this guy's...
Wow.
I mean, how low can you go?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And so it was described, Blondie was put a capsule into the mouth of the dog and then fell sideways as if struck by lightning and died. And then there was a sudden smell of almonds in the air.
Yeah, that's the sign in there.
Yeah. And so fucking piece of shits tested it out on their dog. First out, right out the gate. Then fast forward 7 hours. At that time, Mussolini, the Italian dictator, Hitler received news that he died.
That's fucking good riddance.
And
I didn't know that happened right at the same time.
same like week. Yeah, same week. So 2 a.m. He has a bit of a party. Seriously, it's a bit of a
God,
it's
inside
a bit of
the mind of a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, it's a bit of like a party, a farewell, a drinks for the wedding.
Auf Wiedersehen!
Yeah. So some of the guards, some of the SS members, and they said, he was just out of it, almost like he was drugged up.
Well,
just
he
kind of
was.
Oh yeah,
staring off in the distance.
He was drugged up. So.
They partied for a couple hours. Hitler went to bed at 4:30 that night.
Jesus Christ, this guy's a fucking night out.
Then
Well, you're on coke.
Yeah, so it's like,
You're just gonna be fucking up for 25 hours.
woke up 2 hours later.
bright-eyed, bushy tail.
So Hitler was up at 6:30 on the 30th of April, and he was fully dressed. And then he went to visit the garden, see the sun, but it was not very sunny. Literally, they're being bombed.
I know, it's like fucking
clouds everywhere, Anyways, and so then they went back into the bunker. And so 12:30 p.m. comes in. Eva chooses her final outfit. Hitler summons Reichsleiter Bormann to come into his study, where he explains that he's going to take his life and has instructed his bodyguard to cremate the bodies. Right?
Supposedly.
Yes. So then 12:45, Hitler summons him to the time has come and that his body should be burned. 1 p.m. he eats his final meal.
Wait, but I thought that homegirl wanted to be a beautiful corpse. It's not really a beautiful corpse. You're fucking burnt to a crisp.
True. That makes sense. Yeah. So at 1 o'clock he eats his final meal with Ava, and it was spaghetti with cabbage and raisin salad.
That sounds fucking terrifying. Matt, why would you eat that? That's your fucking last meal? I'll have a raisin salad. It's a fucking spaghetti pussy. I'd be like,
what a loser.
Porterhouse, fucking Wagyu A5.
Let me get that tomahawk.
I'm going to eat the bone too.
So 2:45 comes around, and then he gathered all the staff in the bunker to say goodbye. Goebbels, Bormann, secretaries, all that stuff. There you go, right?
Peace out.
So
homies.
3:30 p.m. April 30th, Hitler kills himself. He shoots himself in the head.
Yeah.
Ava takes a cyanide pill.
Everyone else is like, we're not going to kill ourselves.
They're just waiting
we're just
for
gonna
it.
stay
I
alive.
just said I would, but I'm not gonna do that.
So Goebbels, Bormann, all these other guys are just waiting outside. And it was reported that somebody said the following, and I quote, Bormann went in first, then I followed the valet. Hitler was sitting in a chair. Ava was lying on the couch. She had taken off her shoes and placed them neatly together at one end of the couch. Hitler's face was covered in blood. There were 2 guns. One was a Walther PPK. It was Hitler's. The other was a small pistol he always carried in his pocket. And Ava wore a blue dress with a white collar and cuffs. Her eyes were wide open. There was a stench of cyanide in the air. The smell was so strong that I thought my clothes would smell for days, but it may have been my imagination. And that was from Hitler's bodyguard. Okay, good. So this is the important part. They're dead. No.
Finally.
This is the important part, right? Okay, so 3 SS guards and the valet carry Hitler's body to the garden. As Martin Bormann lifts the body of Ava, she's covered in a blanket out into the corridor where Eric Kempka carries her to the stairs before the guard takes over. The chauffeur arrives with gasoline. The bodies are placed in a shallow depression outside the bunker near an abandoned cement mixer. Joseph Goebbels produces a box of matches. From there, the SS guard lights some paper to create a torch and sets fire to the bodies. As the funeral party returns to the safety of the staircase, a final Heil Hitler is shouted, arms are raised, before they descend again into the underground of the bunker.
So, man, I can't believe they stayed true to
Instantly.
him this whole time. I'd have been like, fuck
crazy.
it. Like, fuck this. Let's get the fuck out of here. Like,
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'm out.
Yeah. So Hitler's chauffeur said at the end of it, it said, even after the bodies were burned, we were imprisoned by the very presence of Hitler again. We could not get away from the smell. It smelled like burning bacon.
Oof.
That was from the chauffeur.
Oh, man, that sucks. 'Cause I love
Yeah.
the smell of burning bacon.
So at 4...
I'm not trying to be weird. It's just like...
So at 4:15, Otto sits down next to Junge, grabs a bottle of schnapps.
Who the
and
fuck is
from it-
Otto, by the way? Is that the...
Otto's the
is
bodyguard.
Oh, okay.
He's the SS bodyguard.
Okay.
Yeah. Otto says, and he grabs a bottle of schnapps, which...
The most
By
disgusting...
the way, have you
drink.
had schnapps lately?
It's terrifyingly
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, I haven't had schnapps in a while, yeah.
No.
Dude.
I don't think I ever have.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay, I never will.
So he grabs a bottle of schnapps and he says to her, he says, I've carried out the Führer's last order. His body has been burned.
He's like, now what about you, Jen? Shanna, get over here. Some snaps.
So 6:30 comes around. 2 SS officers manage to partially cover up the bomb crater, or not the bomb crater, but the hole. It's been more than 2 hours since the bodies were brought up, and the SS men have returned to the remains with more gasoline to reignite the fire and complete the job. Interrogations say that 200 liters of gasoline were used.
That's a
shit ton.
fuckload. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's a lot, dude.
So the next day, Joseph Goebbels arranged
150
So the
gallons?
the next day, Joseph Goebbels arranged the deaths of the 6 children in the bunker, and then kills himself.
Fuck Goebbels.
Fucker.
Oh, my
I know.
God.
The next day after that, the city surrenders.
So where did this recounting come from? Like, who gave all this data?
It's like interviews from the guards, the Hitler's bodyguard, Colonel Otto Gunsch, the secretary, remember Junge?
Mhm.
And that's where they're getting a lot of the information
I
from,
see.
you know?
And also, either a great name for a movie, Hitler's Bodyguard.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, man, I'd watch that movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think, it sounds like a great movie.
So then May 4th, which is about 3 days later, it was announced that Hitler's remains were discovered by the Soviets.
But how do they know it was his remains? It's
Yeah.
like we found some
I mean,
crispy,
they
found some bacon.
crispy ass bones.
They found the remains in the garden of the chancellery above the bunker. It's 2 people burnt. You know, like
to a crisp.
you know,
They
blah,
didn't,
blah,
yeah,
blah.
it wasn't like forensic files
That's
back
what they
then. They were
found.
like test the
Yeah.
DNA.
We don't really know if they found his remains.
That's right. So then, later on in 1945, 2 German U-boats arrived, and it's documented that they landed at the ports of Argentina.
Exactly.
Dun, dun, dun.
So as far as like reading a story and all that sort of thing, that's kind of where I'm kind of ending off as far as what we know. Because that is true.
Yes,
The Germans did have a couple U-boats land in
Right.
Argentina.
and it is
Right.
confirmed that there were quite a few Germans, especially Nazi members, that were living in Argentina,
Yeah.
and especially in one specific town in Argentina.
Yeah, they had like their own town.
Yeah, it was like a
and
little
shit, right?
community. Yeah. There's like, so that's actually documented. That's
Yeah.
true data.
Yeah. And you go there and everybody's having a fucking Frankfurt sausage.
The fucking
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
words of the great Brad Pitt, you want a sauerkraut sandwich.
Yes. Literally, a bunch of people are just having empanadas and sauerkraut. And they're like, well, this is kind of weird. Yeah. It's
God,
kind of
empanada
strange.
sounds
Yeah.
delicious. God, I'd fucking kill an empanada.
Right.
But-
so the theory is that one of the theories is he got away. On
The
Escape
idea
boats,
is
you know.
one of the biggest ones that keeps going is Joseph Goebbels was the guy of PR,
Oh,
propaganda, manipulation of
right.
like an idea, a concept, an argument, whatever. And he was one of the last 3 people to verify his death.
See, that's what I think is.
Right. So anytime
Look,
you have that,
it's
right?
really weird how it's all perfectly documented to corroborate. I mean, obviously not weird because the truth. You say the truth, the truth happens. Okay, But it is kind of interesting that they were all still super subservient to this guy.
Yeah.
It'd be really simple for him to be, all right,
All the way to the end.
Yeah, like, you're going to say this is what happened. Me and my lady, we just got married. We're going to skedaddle over one of these U-boats. And we got parked.
But that's what happens in
back.
like in a cult or whatever, right? Like you have this one guy who's controlling
Who's
you.
God. And
So it's like...
And obviously...
Not that far-fetched that they would still be...
Yeah.
And people that are as narcissistic as Hitler was... I highly doubt that he would be, I'm just going to kill myself.
And then never say anything about anything.
I know. It's like, he's so obsessed with himself.
Yeah.
Why would he kill himself?
But at the same time, though, he seems if you went to a party, he's a talker.
Oh,
and he just won't shut up. He's the guy who just keeps talking and talking.
Because he's on coke.
Yeah, he has coke drops on his eyes. No, so it's
my eyes are a little red.
theoretically, let's say he escaped, right? He's gonna be silent for the next 40 years.
Oh, dude!
I mean, this is the guy.
But he knows
craziest.
he doesn't have an army.
I'm pretty sure Hitler created Twitter. He's like, I need an outlet.
No.
I need to talk. I need to speak my mind.
No. I mean, probably if he were to have lived, I think he was born in like 1898, somewhere around there, 1899. Okay. So if he were to live to an old age, it was probably 70.
I highly doubt that
75
drug addict would live that long.
Yeah, like he was not. No. It was not. He was not a healthy specimen by any means.
Oh God, no.
So he was probably a 70 if he were to live. I'm just saying, if he were to live,
he's like a 62er for me.
Yeah,
like he's like
so late 60s. So that would be like late 60s. That like if he made it to Argentina.
Yeah, he probably lived in Argentina for like
late
30
60s.
days.
Yeah.
Late 60s.
30 days and then he died.
Early 70s, maybe if he was living clean life, but you know he
I
wasn't.
highly doubt it, dude. He was eating fucking bratwurst and like, dude, he was going deep.
I love how we constantly have a bratwurst joke.
I love bratwurst.
I love it.
I'm 50% German, so like
I love bratwurst.
I love bratwurst. It's delicious.
Give me some tacos. Good.
I love tacos too, and I'm 0% Spanish.
But in Argentina, is like tacos a thing?
No.
No,
not at all.
No, that's definitely a Mexico thing.
That's Mexico.
Yeah, but
for
like
sure.
if you go to Argentina, can you say, "Can I get some tacos?"
No, if you go to,
I mean, maybe nowadays you can go to
I feel like
Korea and get some Korean.
I
that's
feel
true.
like
I had it last night.
Argentina and Spain, like those like traditional Spanish things. It's more like
Yeah.
Like that's what you get there. It's not like Mexico, which is the street food,
right?
Yeah.
Easy, cheap. Yeah. It's delicious.
Well, so from what I've been reading about it and watching. I mean, the amount of fucking documentaries on this that I've seen are ridiculous. They drive me up the wall because they are you ever see those documentaries where it's like, hunting the gold of Jack Sparrow.
There's all these ones about the gold from the Nazis, bro. It's insanity.
And it's 30 episodes.
And then
30 episodes.
We found no evidence
of them
at all.
Yes. And they go, well, we found the chip the chip of the gold thing, and it was a spoon. And find out on episode 9. And you have to go through the fucking episodes.
And they're like,
and I get so mad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, did you find anything about Hitler or what? I kid you not. I watched 15 episodes of Hunting Hitler or some shit. Nothing happened.
No.
Oh, I rage on it.
To be honest, I think in all reality, everyone had Hitler as like this like fucking mastermind. And I think maybe in the beginning he was doing good. Obviously, he was if he wouldn't have been such a psycho, I think he would have conquered the world. But then he went full psycho, and I think everything went out the fucking window.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any thought process on burying gold. It was, I think it was literally, he was living 1 second at a time.
Yeah,
and
he didn't know what he was doing next day.
No fucking clue what was happening.
Yeah, like I feel like the Blitzkrieg was a good idea.
No, it was a great strategy.
Right.
Like military wise, I don't know if it was his idea or somebody else's idea. Some general was like, this is a great idea. And we do it. It worked. And then from there, it was a series of bad choices by Hitler.
And they were like militarily equipped much better than anybody else.
So.
Yeah. They had far better weapons, far better tanks, far better planes. They were actually equipped to win.
Yeah. What kind of idiot invades Russia?
Dude,
when you're dealing with Churchill and the US looming, fucking homies out to play, right? on the left, and then you're like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking invade Russia.
Dude, Russia, that's
Dumbest idea I think ever.
Russia at the time, I mean, there's so many people, and
So many.
80% of their country is like inhabitable.
Yeah.
It's just like the worst terrain ever.
Yeah,
It's like,
it was just a bad. Yeah. So from
you
what
don't
I
think
gather,
do you think he got away?
dude? At first I did.
Episode
because
19.
no, at first
By
I
the
did.
time I got to episode 25, I changed
honestly,
my mind.
I'm out.
No, honestly, I would say I did years ago because a couple things. One is years ago we thought Russia would not release the bones. They would not release the DNA because they were the ones who came in and conquered Berlin.
yeah, so
we
like,
didn't.
it's ours.
The Allies didn't.
Oh, no. We
We came in later.
Oh, we
did
there.
East Berlin, West Berlin, the Berlin Wall. The
Yeah.
whole thing happened, right? But we weren't there first.
No.
So they took it, whatever, right? We didn't know for 40, 50 years the DNA.
But
Right.
did they have like a comparable DNA
They have it-
sample?
Exactly.
Dental.
Oh,
Dental,
true.
right?
that's not. No.
So for the longest time, it was unknown, and then all this, and then History Channel got me going, bro.
They sucked you in. They got that.
Honestly,
got him.
in the 90s, early 2000s, History Channel and me were tight. Yeah, we were tight. I hate them now. I hate them. If
I
you're
like
listening now, you've ruined it.
Listen,
History Channel.
History Channel, you're
You're
not that
dead to
bad.
me.
I like Forge
you're
and Fire.
dead to me.
It's a good
Pawn
show.
Stars.
Forge and Fire is great. You ever watch Forge and Fire? It's the shit. I
I
love
love
history.
They make historical weapons.
Yeah, that's a whole other. We're gonna do an episode on History Channel.
A conspiracy.
But point being, for at the beginning, I actually thought about it because there's a lot of people who did escape
100%.
to Argentina.
And it was
Yeah.
all the people who were all the powerful rich people.
Yeah,
And Hitler's the most powerful, most rich person.
and there's a lot of German culture that
It's
grew
it's pervaded-
from
it's
Argentina
pervaded there,
and
yeah.
also Chile. It like grew from there, and that was from the 40s. And so there was a lot of evidence that showed there were Germans that made it.
And there is, and that's why
You know?
I totally believed it. And then the more I thought about it, I just think that I don't think Hitler at that point was in a state of mind to like
Yeah,
pull it off.
yeah.
I think
yeah.
he could, if he would have just been
Yeah.
like a regular dude in that
Yeah.
position, he'd be like, sweet, put him in
That's
the
true.
U-boat,
Yeah,
fake the death,
Yeah.
easy peasy.
Yeah.
I just think he was so fucking lunatic at that point.
Yeah.
He was like, fuck yeah, I'm killing myself, bitch,
Yeah.
mom.
Yeah.
Just, like, shot
and
him.
what's crazy is he is so vile. He made a mustache taboo.
he literally,
not like, for example, if I went and did the Hitler stash, nobody would accept that.
but
No.
it just doesn't look good though.
period?
No, like,
Yeah.
it'd be different if it was like,
But what's crazy
If the
is
regular stash
like-
comes
I know,
back.
right? It's coming
if he
back.
was like a beard and like,
Yeah.
ooh.
But could you imagine what he looked like without it? Maybe
Oh.
all he had to do was go, and then he's a totally different dude.
No,
Yeah.
literally, Hitler's still alive now.
Yeah,
and
with
he
it,
just
yeah.
shaved
New
it off, and
identity.
everyone's like, "Oh,
I have no idea who you are.
It,
Yeah,
it
no
changed
idea
his
who
name
you
to
are.
like Goldstein.
It could have been.
Andy
A
Goldstein
lot of
or
the
something.
counts, a lot of people seem. I mean, this is all internet research, so
So it's all lies.
take it for what it is. But a lot of people who believe in that say he got away, made it to Argentina, and then he passed away around 64, 62, like in that time frame.
I mean, that makes sense.
One theory.
It's totally possible. Like, look,
Yeah.
I granted, I say what I believe, but super easy for him to have done that.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah,
the
I do
U-boats.
agree with that.
Like the U-boats were by far the most advanced fucking thing in the water.
So you're saying
Like,
so he was in the bunker. He knew it was ending.
he knew it was the end. Fucking
popped-
7 days
for
later.
sure.
He
Like,
went.
sure.
He brought Ava. He's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
go girl, bring it in."
He probably killed a couple
And then-
SS members, just throw their fucking
And
bodies
then
in the
you
pit, burn them
Take
down.
a Jeep, U.S. grade, U.S. grade Jeep all the way.
A Wrangler.
Yeah, and then you hop in a U-boat and you U-boat it all the way,
I think it'd be super easy.
or maybe you fly to Italy. I don't know. Whatever.
I just
Wherever.
think it would be
Because
really
Italy's closer to the water.
It'd be
Yeah.
really easy for them to do that. And I've seen all the movies and the documentaries about the U-boats. Man, those things were fucking far superior.
Way better than
we
ours.
could barely fucking kill a couple of them. Those things are
Yeah.
just, like just
Yeah.
boop, boop, boop.
Yeah.
And by that time, the war's over, so you're not looking for them.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be
I
easy.
think it's a good theory, but I do think that he did kill himself.
He just killed himself.
Yeah, that's what I
know.
think.
You know what? Fuck you guys.
Right?
He escaped.
I know.
He escaped. I'm flipping. I'm flipping.
After everything I've seen, everything I've read, all the documentaries, all the whatever, all the theories, all the history channels, all the hunting Hitler, fucking, I hate you, hunting Hitler. All the things, I just kind of like resolved, yeah, he killed himself.
Yeah, because I agree with you. Like, he would not be the one
He
to like.
couldn't shut up.
Yeah, exactly. He
Yeah,
would not
he
be the one
shut
to
up.
not, to keep that a secret. So.
Yes. Even on his deathbed, he'd be like, Heil Hitler. Do you know what I mean? Like,
This way,
Yeah.
finish writing my manifesto.
yes, it's just that kind of personality, that kind of person.
No, I think
he was so psychotic. He would have tried to like
Yeah.
re
Start
start
another
it,
revolution.
Yeah.
It's not it's not like I've known a dictator before in my life. So,
Such
that's kind of a thing.
Firsthand.
I'm not saying I know that personality in and out, but I just think
you can
that
tell.
he would be.
You can tell. I think
Yeah.
he was like the guy who wanted to be interesting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like wanted people wanted the eyes on him.
He's
wanted
not
the
the
Well, like
kind of
attention.
here's an example. Is we just did an episode on DB Cooper.
Oh yeah.
There's 5 dudes on their deathbed saying, "I'm DB Cooper,"
like literally,
and there's nobody on their deathbed saying, "I'm Hitler." It's just weird.
You would think, you'd be
Yes,
like,
it's just weird.
remember me?
Yeah. It's
I'm
just
Hitler.
weird. Yeah. I was Adolf Hitler.
Dude.
If they really did make it out, I mean, they must have died in the 60s, and
If they did.
if
but
they
no.
did, but I don't see them.
But that's a weird thing. It's
I
like I
just
just don't
can't
see it
get behind
happening.
it.
But like it'd have been
Yeah.
so easy for
I
like
know.
anyone in that
Because all it
position.
is
so
the papers.
easy.
Do you have your papers? And you just, I got papers.
That what the fuck
I don't
accent
know.
was that?
I don't know, but it
was like
dude, try it.
Yugoslavian. What
Try
the
it.
fuck?
No. I'm
You
going to
do
a
you
gate.
have your papers?
No, I'm going to a gate. I pull up in a Jeep to a gate near the guard.
But what country I'm the guard of?
German. I'm trying to leave Germany.
Oh, trying to leave.
Yeah. And I pull up.
Zagayan!
No. And I pull up.
I'm
And I
Hitler.
pull
Get
up
the
and I
fuck
go,
out of my way.
Americana. Americana. What do you say?
With your papiers. Your papiers.
No, that's no. What the
Papier,
fuck
you
are
like
you talking
Japan?
about? No.
Papier.
Dude, come on. Do you have your papers?
No, it's like wie heißt das paper?
Yes.
No,
That's all I wanted.
Ich
Yeah.
bin
Yes.
Schwaben Peppers.
Yes. Anyway, so he could have got smuggled. He shaved off his little beard.
No, but like, why would he show papers at the German border? He fucking owned Germany. That's
Yeah,
not like he's gonna have to
exactly.
like show his fucking passport,
Yeah.
go into the U-boat.
True, but the odds of him making it through enemy lines, because either he's going to try to get through the Soviet line, or he's going through the Ally line.
Dude, I mean, I never doubt a guy
You
who's
know
got
what I
an
mean?
18-bedroom bunker
I know,
fucking
that's
55
true.
feet
Yeah,
underground.
That's
Like,
true. That's
I mean,
true.
it's like saying, oh man, how did Elon Musk,
Yeah.
afford, like, well,
That's true.
a couple
true.
billy, you can make shit happen.
There's
You
some
can get
really,
through enemy lines.
there's some really crazy ones where he's on the moon.
Okay.
He had a bunker that was deep under Earth. There was also another one where the Nazis were exploring Antarctica.
I've actually,
You've heard
there's
about
actually
that?
ones about
Yeah.
that, and there's also weird ones about how the Nazis were using alien technology.
Yes.
Also with the moon
All
one,
of the
and they were
things.
literally
I didn't hear
using
about that.
And
they
he's
were
like,
using
"I'm
the
out."
they were using the U-boats
Yes.
to go into. They were actually sending U-boats into space because they were pressurized
Oh my
for
God.
that, and they were like
But honestly,
literally sending
though, do you
U-boats into
believe-
space.
A shred of that.
I mean, a little.
A shred?
It's
A
possible.
shred?
A shred.
Really?
A shred.
Like Marvel level? Like where there's a guy, the guy with the red skull? Is fuck Hitler. We are creating our own. Who's that? What's that guy's name? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking
He's
about.
in Captain America or
Yeah.
something. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
'cause
Yes.
he's like the leader of Hydra, and
Yes.
he's like nuked, and he's like banished to like
Yes.
the fucking be like the
Yes,
guardian of the
dude. Yes.
stone.
But so do you believe like a shred of it?
A
Like,
shred,
in
yeah.
it? A shred?
A shred.
They were maybe researching
No.
something.
I think it's totally possible. See, when it comes into shit like that, it's not completely impossible. So that's why I mean, like, if you don't
Okay.
believe a shred of it, you're insane because it's not in the infinity of impossibilities. there is a
Sure.
possibility for sure.
Yeah.
If you have a conspiracy podcast, you're
No,
gonna
so
believe
it's
it.
not-
You're gonna believe a shred
Something.
of it.
No, but I'm saying it's like, okay, like,
Yeah.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, well, it's like 60 years ago to have a technology. I'm like, well, yeah, aliens don't care about 60 years ago.
Yeah.
It's if they're coming here, they're not going to be like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, we
Wait a
can't
minute,
have
are
the
you-
technology now.
I'm so confused. Are you talking about aliens and Hitler?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the.
Yeah.
That's what we were just talking about. That's what we were literally
That's
were
what
just
you
talking
asked.
about. You asked me if I believed a shred of that.
Oh, I didn't know we were talking about aliens and Hitler. I thought we were talking about like Nazis creating technology to go to the moon.
No, but
Well,
but-
you mentioned.
No, the
okay.
theory is
Oh,
that they
okay.
got that
Okay, I must have
technology.
missed
They
the
got
theory.
that technology.
Oh, I didn't
it was
know that.
alien technology.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No.
I didn't know that. I
They
didn't know
clearly.
that. More like a Raiders of the Lost Ark scenario.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Dude, all right.
Yeah, I was
That was a
I'm
solid-
tracking out. Yeah.
I was thinking more like fucking Last Crusade.
Yes. The Holy Grail.
I know.
Yes. I
And
know.
she's like, I can almost touch it, Indy. He's like, please, bitch, you're too hot. Don't drop.
Dude, she was top level.
Dude, but she wanted the Grail,
I
bro.
wonder where she is now.
She's in the cave in the
No, I
in the
mean,
pit.
like, no, yeah. I mean in real life.
That's what she
No,
died
where-
on set.
That's what she is.
If you are out there,
She's with Hitler in Argentina.
Oh my god.
if you're out there, send us an email.
We'd love to have you as a
Yes.
star on the podcast.
Yeah, dude, I would do a super side episode.
Oh, dude,
Hell
100%.
Are you kidding?
Is the
I don't
Grail
even-
real?
Yeah.
That's
$100
the
if you could give her
conspiracy.
the name. I have no idea.
I can IMDb that shit right now. Like,
Yeah.
I can pull her name instantly. She's probably like 65 now, dude, 70.
No, that's fine. She was beautiful.
I
She's
know.
probably still beautiful.
I know,
That's what
she
I'm
probably
saying.
is. No,
Well, I'm gonna have to go with that. I think he's dead. I think he died.
Well, I think he's dead
Well,
now.
yeah,
Obviously, he's
yeah,
100%
for sure.
dead.
Yeah, 100% now. But I think he died then.
Committed suicide.
Yeah,
Yeah.
committed suicide. I think he's here, and I'm just gonna get dark real quick. I think he's a coward.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I totally
And
agree
he's
with
a
that.
coward and a loser, evil person.
You know what? I'm gonna.
And so that makes sense.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Do you know what I mean? That he would just
I'm actually gonna go out on a limb here. Side
Mm-hmm.
theory. This is what I believe. I believe that he was gonna kill himself, but then the fucking secretary snapped and killed him.
really.
100%. I think there's her one time. She's been fucking under his fucking boot the whole time.
And she just
She's
let it
just
go.
and she fucking typing his fucking last
Dude,
will and shit. She's
That'd
like,
be a
fuck
great.
him.
That would be a great ending to a
Dude,
movie.
literally, it's
Yeah.
like a
Like a
Quentin,
complete
Quentin
twist.
Tarantino
Yeah.
ending.
Yeah.
She like shoots
Yeah.
him in the head like 100 times.
Yeah.
Like, just
I like
I like that. I like that
Yeah.
theory.
I like it. All right.
Right.
Well, what do you guys think?
I'm with Eric. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I hate when
I like the theory though.
I hate when it's 100%.
Yeah, I hate when we all agree.
But
I
like
know.
he was too batshit, bro. At
I know.
that point, he was.
I know.
If it would have been 5
we
years
didn't
earlier,
even go in deep about his drug.
Oh,
use.
Right.
You know,
he was
and that
getting
has a lot.
he was
to do
getting
with-
steady dose of methamphetamines for years,
Yeah.
like
The
years.
cocaine eye drops is
Dude, that's
just-
next
just-
level.
just
Who
like a
does
little
that? Who's ever done that?
Dude,
I've watched
shit.
I've watched every drug movie ever, and they don't even do that. Like, no one does that.
Yeah.
They don't have that now.
I know it's too
Dude,
intense.
Where is that
I know,
cocaine
it's
eye
like,
drops?
wow.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to do a little like. Where did I get that information?
Cocaine eye drop. Like, did that shit burn? Like, God, like your eyes
But
are
it
like
makes
on
sense
fire.
though.
You're
Now
like,
that I think about
"Ah!"
it, you're super tired and you're like. Toot, 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 toot.
And he's like,
It makes
he's like,
sense.
it's 4. He's like, I gotta be up in 2 hours.
Yes.
Let's give me the blast.
Yeah, I had softball last night. It's fucking crazy. I gotta get going. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.
We'll
huh?
catch you guys next time, all right?
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the show. If you want to reach out to us, please email us at info@theconspiracypodcast.com. You can check us out on Instagram at @aconspiracypodcast. Also, don't forget to subscribe. You can catch a new podcast almost every week. Just hit the little subscribe button at the top. It's a plus sign. We love show ideas, corrections, hate mail. Thanks a bunch.